Good morning. Welcome to the Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting for Tuesday, September 30th, 2025. I am Vice Chair Krista Yoakum. To my right is Commissioner Sean Flowerday and Commissioner Chelsea Johnson, and to my left, Commissioner Matt Schulte. Please rise and join us in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Clerk, would you please begin the meeting?
A copy of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act is located at the wall of the rear of the hearing room. All written materials to be discussed at today's meeting can be viewed at the county's website at lancaster.ne.gov. Printing options are available upon request. Brings us to item 1, minutes. Approval of the minutes of the Board of Commissioners meeting held on September 23rd, 2025.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Yoakum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schulte.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 2, claims. Approval of the claims processed through September 26, 2025.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the claims. Seeing no discussion, please call the roll.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yoakum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 3, consent items. These are routine business items that are expected to be adopted without dissent. Any individual item may be removed for special discussion and consideration by a commissioner by any member of the public without prior notice. Unless there is an exception, these items will be approved as one single vote of the Board of Commissioners. These items are the approval of A, amendments to the following county contracts, C-24-0723 with Region 5 Behavioral Health Authority to reflect an increase in the total amount of reimbursement distributed to the Mental Health Crisis Center. C-24-0285 with Voss Lighting for electrical equipment, bulbs, and ballast. C-25-0403 with Subsurface Incorporated for the CIPP culvert liners countywide. C-23-0818 with VigilNet for SCRAM monitoring equipment and accessories. C-23-0830 with Nebraska Machinery Company doing business as NMC Incorporated for Caterpillar filter supplies. C-23-0948 with IntiConnects LLC for physical access control system equipment and services. C-23-0695 with the Board of Regents of the University of Nebraska on behalf of the University of Nebraska Lincoln's Law Psychology Program for analysis of juvenile justice data and adult criminal justice data. C-24-0672 with the Board of Regents of University of Nebraska on behalf of the University of Nebraska Lincoln's Law Psychology Program for the Family Resource Center Juvenile Data Collection Program. B, a right-of-way contract with Francisco and Nina Gutierrez Saltillo Road Improvement in the amount of $25,050. And C, change order 1 to county contract C-25-0236 with JMN Construction to increase the expenditures for the repair of county bridges D-143 and D-157.
Approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the claims. The consent agenda. I see no discussion. Please call the roll.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yoakum,
Yes.
Flowerday.
Yes.
Brings us to item 4, new business. 4A, appointments to the following, to the Air Pollution Control Advisory Board for a term from September 1st, 2025 to September 1st, 2028 for Scott Hajek and Zilka Dormis.
Good morning. Gary Bergstrom with the Lincoln Lancaster County Health Department, supervise the air quality section. Here before you this morning, we have three appointments for our Air Pollution Control Advisory Board, 2 new appointments and 1 reappointment. I know the 1 reappointment comes up next. As we've covered in the past, again, our advisory board is to be composed of 4 members of industry and 5 public representatives. And we have 3 terms up for appointment or reappointment every year for those 9 members so that they're staggered out on a 3-year cycle. Today I've got 2 new industry representatives that we'll be appointing. That'd be Zuleika Dramis of UNL and Scott Hayek from Molex. Zuleika's been with the UNL Environmental Health and Safety Program for many years, I believe over 20. Scott's had several years of experience working, I think starting out at the NDEE. He's worked for some industries. He worked for some consulting firms as well. They both really bring some great knowledge about the environment and air quality to our board, and we're happy to have them nominated by the mayor for appointment to the board. One point of note, these are replacing two members who basically chose not to seek reappointment to the board. One of them's retired. The other had some change in shift in their job duties at their job, and so again, they did not seek reappointment. So we've got these two new appointments, and they're here to answer any questions you might have of them.
It's always a pleasure to meet the people that are volunteering their time for these important boards and commissions that we have, and appreciate your resumes were certainly, very good. And so I appreciate this opportunity. Do you care to introduce yourselves and just say a word or two about why you want to do this?
So my name's Scott Hayek, again, with Molex. I guess starting my career was with NDEQ at the time, NDE now, or whatever they are, in the air section. So every role, every, position I've had in industry or consulting has been very, been a big air focus one way or the other on it. So when I seen the opportunity, it felt like it was a good opportunity to provide some feedback and represent industry.
Thank you.
Yeah, to Scott's point, it's a good opportunity. My name is Zuleika, and I'm with the university. I've been there 25 years and have worn many hats. Rad waste, bio waste, now in air, and air is really hard. And so I appreciate what these folks do to make sure our citizens have clean air, and it's important work. Everybody likes a lungful of fresh air, so.
Absolutely.
So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much.
Thank you both for your willingness to serve. I'd move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve these appointments. Please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries. Brings us to 4B, the reappointment of Ed Hubbs to the Air Pollution Control Advisory Board for a term from September 1st, 2025 to September 1st, 2028.
All right, as I mentioned, we've got one reappointment. That'd be Ed Hubbs. Ed would represent the public. Ed's the prairie manager with Spring Creek Prairie Audubon Center. He's been there for several years now. One of the reasons we originally sought Ed out as a member of the board was to really represent someone who, on the habitat side, sees and uses fire as a tool to manage ecosystems, and represent I think the viewpoint that many in the county, growing interest in using fire as a tool for wildlife and ecology management. He's really been a knowledgeable resource on that front, but he also, I think, serves as a good pipeline between us as a regulator of air quality in Lincoln and Lancaster County to the public, to the folks that he works with. He also serves on it's the Tri-County Prescribed Burn Association. So that's a group of landowners, and it's essentially a volunteer group. Really landowners helping each other use fire as prescribed fire as a tool for managing their property. So he really serves as a good pipeline for us to get information out to those folks, and really help, I think, build some trust in the relationships there when they reach out to us and they're conducting their burning, understanding why we set conditions on permits like we do. So we're happy to have Ed again nominated for reappointment, and happy to answer any questions on that you have.
Good balances of experience here to this
Absolutely.
board. That's really good.
Absolutely.
Any other questions or discussion?
Move approval.
We have a motion to approve. Do we have
Second.
we have a second? Please call the roll.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schulte.
Yes.
Motion carries. Brings us to 4C, resolution accepting maintenance responsibilities for certain roads and streets located within Vanderview Ridge and Vanderview Ridge First Edition.
Good morning, John Berry, Lancaster County Engineering. This is a request to take over maintenance of the gravel roads within Vanderview Ridge and First Edition. This is an addition that was originally platted in 2014, so it's one of those that's kind of grandfathered in. They do meet all our requirements for maintenance.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Motion carries. 4D, acceptance of a grant award from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, in the amount of $4,400,000 to be utilized for construction costs for Fletcher Avenue grading and resurfacing with intersection improvements at North 48th Street, North 148th Street in Lancaster County.
Nice work.
Thank you. Pam Dingman, Lancaster County Engineer. The exhibit that I put on the overhead shows the location of Fletcher Avenue from 84th Street to 148th Street. This is the first time for our organization, and so what you're seeing on the overhead is actually a slide that shows this as an 80-20 federalized project. And we know now that with the approval of this, this will become a HUD project that was an earmark project from Congressman Flood's office. And so it's a first for us. It's the first time we've been through the system. I really want to thank John Limbo in our office because it was about a 10-week process to get through all the requirements. By the way, that's meeting like 1 hour a week with the feds for 10 weeks to get this agreement done. And it was very tedious. And again, it's always the first one is always the hardest. And so I'm excited to bring this project forward. What this does for our overall system is it takes this $4.4 million out of what would be physically constrained MPO funds, and it allows us to spend them in other areas. So it allows us to continue to do other projects with our federal aid program, and that is really significant to the citizens of Lancaster County.
Such great work. Like this is a credit to your shop. This is a credit to Congressman Flood's office and his team that they put this together. I just want to thank everybody who was involved. This was really excellent. I'm sure the county attorney's office did some heavy lifting with this too, so thank you.
I don't know if we had to do a lot with
Did
the
they
county
not?
attorneys. I don't really mean that way,
I
but
don't have to throw them in because there's always
I
something.
mean, we
that they
should
have
still
to
thank
slog
them. I
through.
still think they reviewed it. Just so you know how this went, like at one point, Mr. Durbin asked a question about the overall process, and so Mr. Durbin worked with us on this too, and I also want to thank him. But at one point he asked a question, and the HUD's answer to his question was go to the 16th screen, the third item, the fourth line in the pull-down menu. And so this was quite a process.
It feels like the kind of soul-sucking thing that Dave likes. That
I mean, he may have enjoyed it. I'm not sure we enjoyed it as much.
This is great. Super excited about the project. Question that always gets asked about projects like this is what's the general timeline? I know it's hard to nail that down with these federal projects saying last year. So are we talking, could you give me some kind of idea on that?
We're probably still 24 months in that range out. I'm just going to kind of give that a range, right? What the issue with this project, it's not really an issue. We were already moving along with it, and so it's well along in the NEPA process. We need to finish the NEPA process with NDOT and the Federal Highway Administration, and then we will move on to HUD's NEPA process, which is similar but different than the Federal Highway Administration's NEPA process. And so,
Thank you.
Well, it certainly sounds like this was grueling, but well worth it for this amount of
Absolutely.
funds that we can now reapply in other ways.
Do you have a motion here?
Don't have a
I will
motion.
move approval.
second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Johnson?
Yes.
Schulte?
Yes.
Yocum?
Yes.
Flowerday?
Yes.
Motion carries. Brings us to 4E, agreement with the United States Geological Survey for continued surface water monitoring of various bodies of water in Lancaster County. The cost is $15,256.
Pam Dingman, Lancaster County Engineer. When this item comes up, it's always a little difficult to figure out, like, hey, just what are we doing with $15,000? I wanted to put the graph up on the overhead. This is a graph of actually Rock Creek, just outside of Ceresco. As the commissioners are aware, we had a significant storm a few weeks ago, and you can actually see the measured high point of the water on the graph. These graphs are really important to us. We know based on the graphs what roads have water going over them. It's extraordinarily significant to the community and to how we monitor the system to try to be as resilient as possible. And so this is really important for us to be part of this group. And I'm just glad we're going to do it one more year.
I move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries. Next item was item 4F, but we have a note that the applicant was withdrawing it, so we will move to item 4G, which is a ratification of the execution of documents by Sue Eckley, risk manager, related to the binding of Lancaster County insurance policies effective September 30th, 2025.
I will move approval.
Second.
We discussed this at staff meeting on Thursday, and we just needed to have a quorum to officially ratify the actions.
We have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schulte.
Yes.
Motion carries. 4H, recommendations from the Joint Budget Committee for 2025-2026 funding.
Good morning, Sarah Hoyle, Director of Lancaster County Human Services, and this is second round of JBC funding for different agencies. This is second round because it's a combination of some of the gaming revenue, JBC funds, and then city funds.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Any discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Motion carries. 4I, contracts to provide the correctional facility clothing and supplies with the following from Victory Supply in an amount not to exceed $30,168.68, and Bob Barker Company Incorporated in an amount not to exceed $64,412.19.
Approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Seeing no discussion, please call the roll.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday.
Yes.
Motion carries. Brings us to item 5, which is reserved for executive session.
I move we go into executive session for the purpose of discussing pending litigation, potential litigation, which is eminent as evidenced by communication of a claim or threat of litigation to or by the public body, and to receive legal advice at 9:18 a.m.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to go into executive session. Please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries.
We are now in executive session.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schulte.
Yes.
Motion carries. Brings us to item 6, public comment. Members of the public wishing to speak on items related to county business not on the agenda may do so at this time.
Are there any members of the public wishing to speak?
Good morning. My name is Matt Schulte. I'll sign in here in a second. I serve as a Lancaster County Commissioner for District 3. I come before our body today to speak about an issue that weighs heavily on my heart. I am deeply grieved by the assassination of Charlie Kirk and the tragic killing of Minnesota State Senator and the attempt on our president. These events underscore the dangerous reality of today's political climate, one marked by the demonization of opponents and rhetoric that fuels violence. I believe that we cannot stay silent. I believe that I cannot stay silent in the face of this growing culture of fear and hatred. That's why I drafted a resolution. For the past 2 weeks, I've respectfully asked for the resolution to be placed on our agenda, and for 2 weeks, the chair of this board, Commissioner Best, has refused. So today, I stand before you to read this resolution publicly. Even if this board chooses not to act, the people of Lancaster County deserve to know where I stand. I will not accept political violence as the new normal. I believe we can choose a better way forward, one rooted in unity, respect, and freedom of speech. I will now read my proposed resolution in its entirety, changing the pronouns to the singular to reflect the position that I fully take. The resolution is titled, Resolution Condemning Political Violence, Honoring Victims, including Charlie Kirk and Melissa Hortman, Calling for Unity, and Upholding Public Freedom of Speech. Whereas on September 10th, conservative political leader Charlie Kirk was assassinated during a public event at Utah Valley University in an act which has been widely reported as political violence. Whereas on June 14th, 2025, Minnesota State Representative Melissa Hortman and her husband were assassinated in their homes in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, in what state officials have characterized as a targeted political assassination. Whereas there have also been attempts on the life of President Donald Trump, which similarly represents dangerous precedents of using violence as a tool in political conflict. Whereas such acts of violence against the public officials or political organizers undermine the safety and the stability of the democratic institutions and erode public trust in political process. Whereas our democracy rests upon the principles that political disputes are resolved through peaceful means, respectful dialogue, and within the rule of law. Whereas in the times of tragedy, the moral fiber of our community and its leaders is tested, requiring us to recommit to unity, civility, and defense of core democratic values. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I strongly condemn the political assassinations of Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark, the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and all attempts to use violence, intimidation, or threats against public figures or private citizens because of their views. And I condemn all acts of political violence regardless of the ideology behind them. I express my deepest sympathy and condolences to the families, friends, and communities of those who have been killed or wounded in these acts, and to others affected by political violence. I affirm the importance of democratic values, freedom of speech, peaceful political engagement, respect for dissent, and the right of all in our community to participate in public life without fear of violence. I call upon all elected officials, public servants, community leaders, media, faith leaders, civil society organizations, and citizens to unite in rejecting political violence, in rejecting demonization of opponents, and in fostering an environment of civility and mutual respect. I encourage measures to strengthen protections for those who serve in public life, ensure safety at public events, promote nonviolence, improve threat assessment, and educate the public on the healthy political discourse. I further encourage this body to dedicate itself to support legislation, partnerships, or local policy initiatives that reinforce democratic institutions, protect public servants from violence, and ensure accountability from those who perpetrate politically motivated violence. Thank you for your time.
Are there any other members of the public wishing to speak? Seeing none, please proceed with the announcements.
Item 7, announcements. The Board of Commissioners will hold a staff meeting on Thursday, October 2nd, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. in room 112 of the County City Building. The Board of Commissioners will hold its next regular meeting on Tuesday, October 7th, 2025 at 9 a.m. with the Board of Equalization immediately following in room 112 of the County City Building. Commissioners can be reached at 402-441-7447 or commish@lancaster.ne.gov. Board of Commissioners meetings are streamed live on YouTube and Facebook. LNK TV apps are available on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. Item 8 is adjournment.
Move we adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. Please call the roll.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Motion carries.